is going on, guys, and welcome your face back to another video. So today we have had our mythical questions answered by the one and only Brian in the recent Game Informer Q&A, which I was talking about in the last video. Now today I'm going to be mentioning 6 of the gameplay details that were discussed in the Q&A as a whole. There are a whole bunch more of them though. It's like a half-hour long Q&A, so if you want to check it out after the video, the link is in the description below. But the 6 I'm going to be mentioning are the ones that I guess you could say caught my interest the most. So diving straight into it, it's going to be one of the biggest myths still. We're still on a huge cliffhanger, and it is about Miles Morales. Now when Brian was asked in a Q&A, he simply still left it on a cliffhanger about if he's going to be a playable character or not, and just said, as he said multiple times, he's going to be a part of the universe. Now I will say it again, I've said it multiple times, but way back we did hear that he's going to have a bigger role to the game than we actually know, but we're still on that cliffhanger if he's going to be a playable character in the game. Now tomorrow I do have a video going up where one of your rebels actually shared your own theories on how Miles can actually have a big impact in the game, so that's going to be very interesting to see, so tune into that video. But I want you to get in the comment section below and leave your theories on Miles Morales, because he's been, I guess, kept a big secret as it currently stands still on his role in the game, so leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Now, to quickly clear up the confusion as well about the suit switching, I did get mixed up when we saw the Iron Spider trailer, where he was switching from like the homemade suit to the Iron Spider-Man suit. It was simply, you know, scroll to the right and instantly you switch into the suit. But it's actually not going to be an actual feature in the game. Apparently it did say on the trailer, I just completely missed it, but it is a matter of going to your apartment, going to the menu and just switching clothes. Although I still think that was a pretty nifty idea, you know, if that would have been in the game, and kind of a lot more flexibility, you know, when you're just randomly at one point in the game, rather than go back, you could just pull out your phone and switch. But either way, that trailer was still badass anyway. Now the next thing I'm going to mention, to me anyway, is a little bit sad, because I was kind of hoping it was going to be the case, and it is about Peter Parker. Now, we haven't of course seen any Peter Parker gameplay in the Game Informer coverage this month, which is super sad, but we know that you can play as Peter Parker, right? However, you can't free roam as Peter Parker. So like all the previous ideas we've had in the past, where you guys come up with like ideas on if you were able to walk around as Peter Parker, and then like basically you go into an alleyway and switch into a suit to catch a bad guy, like all of that stuff would have been great, but now it's kind of like completely knocked out the way. So you simply can't play as Peter Parker in free roam, which is, I don't know. I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know what your opinions are on that. Of course, when it comes down to like missions and stuff, just the fact that they did say we can play as Peter Parker, that stuff's still gonna go on. But hey, get in the comment section below and let me know if you would have liked to free roam as Peter Parker and had that flexibility to just go into an alleyway, switch to your Spider-Man suit, and you know, take on the crime in New York City. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, when Brian was asked about the black Spider-Man suit, he didn't actually say yes, but like it was more or less more of a yes than a no, because he simply said you'll have to play the game to find out. However, he could have just been flat out like no, but play the game and you'll find out it's a no. But it just kind of seems more of a yes than a no. But hey, it's gotta be in the game. It's just one of those, I guess, like lawful things you gotta do, you know? You can't leave it out. It would just be so gutting to not see that in the game. Now, another mythical thing where we currently stand with it about full damage. Alright, so we've had this debate multiple times, and you know, you've got half of the community saying that full damage shouldn't be in the game, then you've got the other half saying, well, full damage should be in the game, because obviously, like I've said as well myself previously, it adds that challenge into the game, you know, it gives you more of a reason to be more skillful in combat, especially when you're on top of a building and so forth, so you're not just gonna go crashing down at like 100 miles per hour to your death, more or less. You know, it's just nice. I wouldn't say nice, but it's a good way to like have that fear when you're in combat, to know you can just fall off the building and it can literally go the complete opposite way, I guess you could say. So Brian did say where they currently stand is more or less like 50-50, I guess, because they don't want to punish people for being essentially a superhero, which totally makes sense. I never really thought of it like that, because like, let's say there is, you know, you're web swinging around and you see someone on the ground and you want to kind of like web your way to them. If somehow you do mess up, you instantly, you know, just splatter to the ground, and obviously your superhero status just more or less decreases like absolute crazy, right? Everyone's just not going to take it serious, more or less, at least yourself anyway. And we know Spider-Man like has a different meaning to loads and loads of different people in different ways as well. So I think I would like to say anyway, more or less where we currently stand with the fall damage situation is, I don't think it's going to be in the game. Even though there's 5 months left of the game, of course a lot of things can still change in that sort of perspective, but I think it still is on 50-50 and just kind of pushing more towards a no than a yes. But when he did also speak about like different difficulties in the game, I know like it has been mentioned that hey, like if you don't want full damage, it is simply something you can change in like your game mode or something like that in terms of your difficulty level. So I still think that would be a neat little feature, because if you simply don't want it, you don't have to have it, but if you do, there's also that option. So it's kind of like just meeting in the middle, I guess you could say. In terms of that, I thought I'd quickly touch upon the demo as well. I've mentioned it before, but more or less they are just saying that they've got so much work yet to still do for the game, and even though September feels like 5 months is a long time, for them it's just going to absolutely fly by. So I can understand that perspective, so a demo more or less isn't on the cards anyway, and I can't really see it happening as it currently stands. Now in terms of the game, in terms of the game's activities as a whole, Brian was asked like when you complete the game, all the activities that you haven't finished, can you actually go back to them once the whole game is completed? And he did confirm that is going to be the case, so that's a nice little thing. I'd say random events, like even after you've like finished the game as a whole, I still want there to be something to do, you know. I just don't want to like finish all game activities whilst in the mission as well, mission story, whatever you want to say, and then kind of like have nothing to do after. So I think having like continuous activities and random events pop up over time is going to be a little nifty feature, you know. I feel like it's got to be a must-have in an open world game just like Spider-Man. Now going on to the last detail that was revealed, and it is about a photo mode. So we haven't necessarily seen a huge amount of this. I mean, there was one screenshot which I'll show you guys now on screen that you could possibly say was done from like, you know, in-game. Essentially, I'm not going to say that is the case, because I don't have any of this information, but in terms of like how you was to take a picture in a game, if this wasn't done in the game like full on from just a flat out photo mode, it would more or less look something along these lines. But Brian did just simply say it is going to be great and that they cannot wait to show us that stuff. I mean, it's going to be great as a whole just having that feature, let alone how it's going to look, because loads of like little cool snaps you can get. In terms of like, I don't know, maybe like a replay mode, this is another idea just literally popped into my head now. Like in terms of getting different shots and so forth, like if you can have a replay mode, maybe from like the last 15 seconds, and in that replay mode you're able to take, you know, pictures of Spider-Man web swinging through New York, that would be cool. And also there was another thing that just I completely forgot to mention actually. Something was suggested to Brian about like these suit customizations and whatnot, and there was something about like a competition, and if someone could come up with like a suit design and whatnot, and something about votes and so forth, could it actually be in the game? And he said he will speak to someone at the team to see if that's possible, because that does sound like a cool idea. So like a community design that gets the most votes, so that would be super cool, like a fan-made suit that will make it into the game. I really do like the idea of that. So those are more or less the details that we did get in the Q&A. Like I said, there are a whole bunch more like in-depth information, so if you want to go ahead and check out the full Q&A, the link is in the description below. It's half-hour long and it's just packed with a ton of details, but those were the ones that really caught my attention to the most. So hey, get in the comment section below and let me know how you guys are feeling about the game so far. I would like to say that Insomniac are definitely, without a single doubt, on the right track, but in terms of like what we will see next, it has to be, for me, like if I had a choice, the Peter Parker gameplay and something about Miles Morales. I mean, just something, because I feel like it's still on a major cliffhanger, man, and it's still leaving so many theories and how we can play in the game, and like none of it is confirmed because we simply just don't have any details for him. But guys, that's gonna wrap up the video here. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more awesome content. Thank you guys for watching. Like to tune into tomorrow's video because we will have that Miles Morales theory suggested by one of your rebels, which was a really cool theory, so can't wait to share that one with you guys. But subscribe, like for more awesome content, drop a like if you enjoyed, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But until the next one, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.